Okay, reading through the scriptures, day 39. We are in Genesis 39. There's also Isaiah 39, Psalm 39, and Mark 11. And Joseph had been taken down to Mitzrayim, Egypt. And Potiphar, a officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, a Mitzrayim, bought him from the Ishmaelites who had taken him down there. And it came to be that Yahweh was with Joseph, and he became a prosperous man, and was in the house of his master, the Mitzrayim. And his master saw that Yahweh was with him, and that Yahweh made all he did to prosper in his hand. So Joseph found favor in his eyes, and served him. And he appointed him over his house, and gave into his hand all that he had. And it came to be from the time that he appointed him over his house and all that he had, that Yahweh blessed the house of the Mitzrayim's house for Joseph's sake. And the blessing of Yahweh was on all that he had in the house and in the field. And he left in Joseph's hand all that he had, and he did not know what he had except for the bread which he ate. And Joseph was handsome in form and handsome in appearance. And after these events it came to be that his master's wife lifted up her eyes to Joseph and said, "Lie with me." But he refused and said to his master's wife, "Look, my master does not know what is with me in the house, and he has given into my hand all that he has. No one is greater in this house than I, and he has not withheld whatever from me but you, because you are his wife. And how shall I do this great evil and sin against Elohim?" And it came to be that as she spoke to Joseph day by day, that he did not listen to her, to lie with her, to be with her. And it came to be on a certain day that when Joseph went into the house to do his work, and none of the men of the house was inside, that she caught him by his garment, saying, "Lie with me." But he left his garment in her hand and fled and ran outside. And it came to be, when she saw that he had left his garment in her hand and fled outside, that she called to the men of her house and spoke to them, saying, "See, he has brought into us a Hebrew to mock us. He came into me to lie with me, and I cried out with a loud voice. And it came to be, when he heard that I lifted my voice and cried out, that he left his garment with me, and fled and went outside. And she kept his garment with her until his master came home. And she spoke to him these same words, saying, "The Hebrew servant whom you brought to us came in to me to mock me." So it came to be, as I lifted my voice and cried out, that he left his garment with me and fled outside. And it came to be, when his master heard the words which his wife spoke to him, saying, "Your servant did to me according to these words," that his displeasure burned. Then Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the sovereign's prisoners were confined. And he was there in the prison. But Yahweh was with Joseph and extended loving commitment to him, and he gave him favor in the eyes of the prison warden. And the prison warden gave into the hand of Joseph all the prisoners who were in the prison. And whatever was done there was his doing. The prison warden did not look into any point that was under Joseph's hand, because Yahweh was with him, and whatever he did, Yahweh made it prosper. Isaiah 39. At that time Merodach-Baladan, son of Baladan, sovereign of Babel, sent letters and a present to Chizkiyahu, for he heard that he had been sick and had become strong. And Chizkiyahu was pleased with them and showed them the house of his treasure, the silver and gold, the spices and precious ointment, and all his armory, and all that was found among his treasures. There was not an object in his house or in all his rule that Chizkiyahu did not show to them. And Yeshayahu the prophet went to sovereign Chizkiyahu and said to him, "What did these men say, and where do they come? Where did they come to you?" And Chizkiyahu said, "They came from a distant land, from Babel." And he said, "What have they seen in your house?" And Chizkiyahu said, "They have seen all that is in my house. There is not an object among my treasures that I did not show them." So Yeshayahu said to Chizkiyahu, "Hear the word of Yahweh of hosts. See, the days are coming when all that is in your house and what your fathers have stored up until this day shall be taken away to Babel. Not a matter shall be left, declares Yahweh. And they shall take some of your sons who are born to you, whom you bring forth, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the sovereign of Babel." And Chizkiyahu said to Yeshayahu, "The word of Yahweh which you have spoken is good. Because he said, because there is peace and truth in my days. Psalm 39. I have said, let me guard my ways against sinning with my tongue. Let me guard my mouth with a muzzle, while the wrongdoer is before me. I became dumb, keeping still. I was silent from good, and my pain was stirred. My heart was hot within me while I was meditating. The fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue. Yahweh, let me know my end, and the measure of my days, what it is. Let me know how short-lived I am. See, you have made my days as handbreadths, and my lifetime is as non-existence before you. Only all men standing are all breath. Selah. But as but a shadow each one walks, they busy themselves only in vain. He heaps up wealth, but knows not who gathers them. And now, Yahweh, what do I wait for? My expectancy is in you. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the reproach of the foolish. I was dumb. I did not open my mouth, because it was you who did it. Turn aside your stroke from me. I am overcome by the blow of your hand. When you chastise man for crookedness with reproofs, you consume what he loves like a moth. All men are but a breath. Selah. Hear my prayer, O Yahweh, and give ear to my cry. Do not be silent at my tears, for I am a sojourner with you, or a stranger with you, a sojourner, as all my fathers were. Look away from me, that I might brighten up before I go away and am no more. Okay, I don't remember if I read Proverbs or Psalms or not. So I'm actually going to do Mark now and then do the Psalms at the end. If I already did the Psalms 39, then just quit watching after the end of Mark, because I know I'm supposed to do Psalms today, 39, but anyway, we'll do Mark 11 right now. And when they came near Jerusalem to Bethphage and Bethania, to the Mount of Olives, he sent out 2 of his taught ones and said to them, Go into the village opposite you, and immediately entering into it, you shall find a colt tied on which no one has sat. Loosen it and bring it. And if anyone says to you, Why are you doing this? Say, The master needs it, and shall send it back straightway. So they went away and found the colt tied by the door outside of the street, and they loosened it. And some of those standing there said to them, What are you doing, loosening the colt? And they said to them as Yeshua had said. So they let them go. And they brought the colt to Yeshua, and threw their garments on it, and he sat on it. And many spread their garments on the way, and others were cutting down branches from the trees, and were spreading them on the way. And those going before and those following cried out, saying, Hoshiana, blessed is he who is coming in the name of Yahweh. Blessed is the coming reign of our father David, in the name of Yahweh. Hoshiana in the highest. And Yeshua went into Jerusalem, and into the set-apart place. And having looked around on all, he went out to Bethany with the 12, as the hour was already late. And on the next day, when they had come out from Bethania, he was hungry, and seeing at a distance a fig tree having leaves, he went to see whether he would find any fruit on it. And when he came to it, he found none but leaves, for it was not the season for figs. And Yeshua, responding, said to it, Let no one eat fruit from you ever again. And his taught ones heard it. When they came to Jerusalem, Yeshua, entering into the set-apart place, began to drive out those who bought and sold in the set-apart place, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those selling doves. And he did not allow anyone to carry a vessel through the set-apart place. And he was teaching, saying to them, Has it not been written, My house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations? But you have made it a den of robbers. And the scribes and the chief priests heard it, and they were seeking how to destroy him, for they feared him, because all the crowd was astonished at his teaching. And when evening came, he went out of the city, and in the morning, passing by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. Then Kepha, remembering, said to him, Rabbi, look, the fig tree which you had cursed has withered. And Yeshua answering said to them, Have belief in Elohim. For truly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, Be removed and be thrown into the sea, and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that what he says shall be done, he shall have whatever he says. Because of this I say to you, whatever you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you shall have them. And whenever you stand praying, if you hold whatever against anyone, forgive. So your Father in the heavens shall also forgive you of your trespasses. But if you do not forgive, neither shall your Father in the heavens forgive you, or shall forgive your trespasses. And they came again to Jerusalem, and as he was walking to a set-apart place, the chief priests and the scribes and the elders came to him. And they said to him, "By what authority are you doing these? And who gave you the authority to do these?" And Yeshua answering said to them, "I shall ask you one question. And answer me, and I shall say to you by what authority I do these. The immersion of Yochanan, was it from heaven or from men? Answer me." And they reasoned among themselves, saying, "If we say from heaven, he shall say, then why did you not believe him? But if we say from men," they feared the people, for all held that Yochanan was a prophet indeed. And answering, they said to Yeshua, "We do not know." And Yeshua answering said to them, "Neither do I say to you by what authority I do these." Alright, so I don't remember if I read Psalms or not. So today's reading is Psalms 39. If I read it, just ignore this and click to the next video. "And I have said, let me guard my ways against sinning with my tongue. Let me guard my mouth with a muzzle, while the wrongdoer is still before me. I became dumb, keeping still. I was silent from good, and my pain was stirred. My heart was hot within me. While I was meditating, the fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue. Yahweh, let me know my end, and the measure of my days, what it is. Let me know how short-lived I am. See, you have made my days as handbreadths, and my lifetime is as non-existence before you. Only all men standing, all are breath. Selah. But as but a shadow each one walks, they busy themselves only in vain. He heaps up wealth, but knows not who gathers them. And now, Yahweh, what do I wait for? My expectancy is in you. Deliver me from all my transgressions. Do not make me the reproach of the foolish. I was dumb, I did not open my mouth, because it was you who did it. Turn aside your stroke from me. I am overcome by the blow of your hand. When you chastise a man for crookedness with reproofs, you consume what he loves, like a moth. All men are but a breath. Selah. Hear my prayer, O Yahweh, and give ear to my cry. Do not be silent at my tears. For I am a stranger with you, a sojourner, as all my fathers were. Look away from me, that I might brighten up, before I go away and am no more.